Looks like Shockwave is the home team. They will be taking the field first on defense. Got to say, they're probably anchored right now by Carlos at the charger position. He's been with Shockwave for a long, long time. Good agility, good ball handling, got a great arm. True to form, Word, who does have a history of being maybe a little bit of a salty team, having some discussion about the field right now. Oh, it looks like they're trying to request pulling of the pitching strip, which makes sense. Generally speaking, in league and another tournament play, the pitching strip is just a small, flat little piece of rubber. The equipment they had on the field today looks to be about a half-inch tall piece of hard acrylic, which is certainly something that pitchers don't necessarily want to have to deal with. It's one thing that can trip them up, they can bump into. So it looks like the discussion there was a request to pull that pitching strip and not Word being pre-salty before the game starts. So that's me projecting. I've played against a number of the players in Word, and so that's my bias right there, Avery. All right, it looks like Word is going to be leading off with Leo. And he starts off by launching a deep shot to center field. It's going to be good for at least a double. He's rounding and he's going to third, and he's going to hold up at third base. Shockwave did not expect that. Burned the center fielder. Holy cow, what a shot.
That is definitely how you start off.
That is a strong statement of a start. So now, with no outs in the top of the first, Word has a runner on third, and coming up in the number 2 spot is Randall Trice.
Shockwave was looking for that bunt down 3, and he definitely fooled him.
He absolutely fooled him. Caught everybody sleeping. Count is 1-1. Holy cow, I was right about the speed of this game. I can't keep up.
What?
Randall with a little pop-up bunt, catches the inside charger for the catch and the out. 1 out, but still a runner on third. Leo still at third. Coming up in the 3 spot, looks like it is going to be Sergio for Word. Sergio is one of those weird kickers. Maybe he'll lay down a bunt. Maybe he'll launch a little bit of a line drive. Nice little bunt up the third base line. Making the play at first. Gets the out. No, I'm sorry. Called safe. Called safe at first base. Sergio successfully gets to second base. Everybody's confused about the call at first. Shockwave thought out. Ump said safe. Now they're discussing it. Currently, Sergio is on second with an RKI bunt.
And the call at first is that the defense was in the pad for the runner, so it's an automatic safe at 1.
Gotcha. So the ball did beat Sergio there, but defense was in the runner's lane, which calls for an automatic safe. And now the 4 kicker up for Word. Brian Benmauer launches a shot, gets caught in left center, and that freezes Sergio at second base. 2 outs, 1 run across. Top of the first inning, and a runner on second. Coming up next is Jeremy Burke for Word. And he launches a nice little shot and caught at the shortstop position
by Lou. That's his Lou. That's a vet. She knows exactly how to do this game, know how to play this game, and made a great play on the ball. Good catch. Third out, change him up. We got 1-0.
1-0. Word strikes early.
Big scare at first, but they only come out with 1 with that.
So now Word gets ready to settle in and take the field.
Had me at my seat. Big boot, first play.
Finally getting a little bit of excitement in this game. As Word slowly shuffles out to the field, a lot of chatter from Shockwave on the sidelines trying to figure out what happened that inning. It appears as if Sergio Guzman will be taking the mound for Word.
I predict easy, safe at 1 right here. Safe at 1. Bunt down 3. Dot is definitely on base right here.
Okay, let's see if that prediction holds. We're getting a little bit of warm-up. Sergio is an interesting pitcher. He's got a few different pitches, but not necessarily a whole lot of speed, but he gets some good irritating bounce coming in across the plate, and he can move the ball around a little bit. He tends to confuse the kickers more than overwhelm them.
You would think that would be the obvious, but for me, not so much.
And it looks like Deontay Lindsay, a.k.a. Dot, leading off for Shockwave. A little bit too much curve on that one. Misses inside.
And they do it. They put the double charger on Dot, but I still got him getting on that one.
Takes a first strike with a count of 1-1. So despite my predictions of a very speedy game, Sergio is the type of pitcher who will try to control the tempo of the game with his pitch. Like I said, it's a little bit slow. It's not a whole lot of heat coming in, but just enough movement and occasionally enough bounce to be Word. Word and their weird pitches. See, they should call themselves Weird. Be easier that way. Goofy little bunt on the inside. No play.
Just like I called it.
Just like you called it.
It's going to be safe. Bunt down 3, easy on.
Next up for Shockwave is Bobby Smith,
a.k.a. the Blueprint.
First pitch for Sergio comes in wide. Little pop-up. Leo fires to 1, just misses the out, a little bit wide, and that gives Dodd an easy run around to third, and he's coming home. And he is safe at home. The ball catches him, but his foot's already down on the plate. And just like the beginning of this inning, excitement early on. Shockwave has answered with a run of their own on a bunt RKI due to a little bit of erroneous play by Word. Blueprint is on third, no outs. And now we are coming up with, well, I can't quite see who this is.
Mike P. This is Mike P.
This is Mike P. See that? Yes, Michael Posey. So you got to be wondering at this point, is he going to get on base just to give them another base runner, or is he going to maybe try and take a shot? Looks like he's lining up for the bunt.
He's definitely getting on base.
Seeing if he can.
He's not trying to kick out right here. That is not his game. His game, he's going to lay that ball down, make a play at 1. They're going to send Bobby from 3.
We'll see if Word makes the play at 1 or if they just try to kill the play to hold the runner at third and prevent. Mike, and ooh, painted just the outside of the line. Great little bunt, deep enough to be playable. So if that ball does get into Leo's hands in a fair situation, he's going to have a choice to make. Little foul bunt to the back. And I believe he's got 3 strikes on him now. Sergio throwing a long one-bounce weirdo pitch. Darn near looked like he was trying to hit him, which may have worked if Michael hadn't gotten out of the way of that ball and it bounced off him. That would have been his 4th strike. Bunt foul, and that is a foul out on Michael Posey. So we've got 1 down in the bottom of the first. We've got Carlos Isley, 4 kicker coming up for Shockwave.
And he's still in a situation right here to also bunt the ball. I think he's going to turn 2 anyway.
This is a dangerous position for the defense because as their four-kicker, expect that he's probably swinging away to get the run in, but if he does bunt it, it's one of those ones where you kind of have to prepare your field for everything. Word does look like they're expecting the kick as they've pulled Randall out from the inside charger position, put him in the outfield, just to get one more person out there to catch a ball should Carlos Isley decide to take a big swing at it. Great little line drive, bounces off the shortstop. That's good for a base hit and an RKI. Shockwave now up 2-1, one down in the bottom of the first.
They're trying to change stuff up on the defense end.
Word's still lined up for a kick-away situation with only one charger on the inside. But with one down and a runner on first, you've got to expect that he's probably going to be looking at bunting right here. Because a kick-away does run the risk of freezing your runner at first, especially if you pop it up. This is Charles Hatton. Looks like he is going for the bunt, at least on that pitch. We'll see if he changes his mind. Short little discussion with one of his coaches on the sideline. While Sergio redirects traffic on his defense. Slight adjustment on the placement of his people. And a...
That's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
That's the same thing as a bunt.
It is.
Kick, missed it, but same results. Bunt down 3.
Those ones are always tricky for a charger because obviously he's taking a swing at the ball and it gives the ball a little bit of weird curve, and you can see Leo had a little bit of trouble getting a hand on it. Was going to try and get it on one bounce and then look at either second or first for an out, but unfortunately bobbled it a little bit, wasn't able to do anything with it. Pitcher Samir Osman takes a nice shot. Get an out at second, and it looks like there's going to be a play at home, and Sergio misses another run, scores. Carlos crosses home plate. Samir gets all the way to third, so one out on the play at second base, but if you're Shockwave, that's the out you want to get. Karkar making the field, firing to Leo. Leo fires, just misses Isley. Well, not just misses. Should have let him a little bit more. 2 down. Cobb takes a nice shot. Randall comes in from left center to make the catch. And at the bottom of the first inning, the score is 3-1 in favor of Shockwave. You're looking at me like you know something right there, Avery, because you predicted the final score of the game 3-1. This is the first inning. There are 4 more innings to go. Look, if the score finishes up at the end of this game 3-1, everybody's defense locks down beautifully, then good on you. I'm proud of you. But I guarantee there's going to be some more runs scored, brother.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Now, do you really think all the defenses are going to be that good, or do you just not want to be wrong?
Because both teams are looking. They just played already, so they pumped from the last game. So first inning, they're going to get some points, going to get some runs. Like you say, first kicker, first inning, kicks out. Confused everybody.
That's Austin for Word with a leadoff first pitch swing, taking the ball all the way to left center where it's easily caught for an out. Coming up as the number 2 with 1 out in this inning is Billy, a.k.a. Sonic for Word. If he can lay down a good bunt, I'm suspecting he's going to make it to first because he's speedy, but he still has to get that good bunt.
I don't see him having a chance with this double charger play. So if he leave it short, Dot got him with the Superman 2-hand throw at 1. If he leave it middle pitcher, the inside charger, Bobby, I think he got him at 1. But that they brought 2, I think he's going to find a hole. He's going to kick out.
Yeah, but there's not that much of a kicker, so I'd be surprised if he kicked out. But actually, I think it's more about Billy versus the pitcher right now because, of course, he puts it right up the middle. And, yeah, you're right, picked up by the inside charger, thrown out at first. Made the play a lot closer than it should have been. 2 outs in the top of the second. Word has not seen a base runner yet this inning. Looks like the other Billy Barrios is up for Word.
That's a good pitch. The second bounce right at the plate.
Also a bit of a changeup, a little bit less speed than the earlier stuff. 2 strikes on him on Billy Barrios already.
See, now he's locked in. The pitcher is locked in. They're going to make great plays. My prediction stays 3-1.
Nice little shot right to Carlos Isley. It's a strong strategic move right there, kicking the ball directly to the Charger.
3 up, 3 down.
But you don't think Shockwave is going to score any more runs?
Nah, they was at the best part of their lineup. That's all they got.
It's all downhill from here. You heard it here, folks. Avery does not think the second half of Shockwave's lineup is worth anything. So, Shockwave, on this replay, do not blame me. Come after Avery. I think you guys are a fine team, and I think you're going to score a few more runs. I also think Word's probably going to score another run or two, but I don't know if they're going to get enough to finish the game. Word mixing it up here in the bottom of the second inning, putting Jeremy Burke on the mound. Everything else still looks to be similar. Got Randall and Leo in the double charging spot. Got Austin at first, Austin Thompson standing at first base. Decent little bunt. Leo picks it up. Good. There's that arm right there. Easy dish to Austin for the out.
Good tap down 3, but
he's got a laser. He's got a cannon. If he's got the, if he's able to get a good field on the ball and wind up and get his throw, Leo has a heck of a cannon from that outside position. Coming up next, Mike Henderson watches the one bouncer go by.
if he give it to her, he bounce it. He's going to try to bunt, but it's going to be a pop-up. I got it.
All right.
I got a cop ball down 3.
Catches the right side.
A big sliding catch. Make it look good.
Jeremy's something of an underhand bowler pitcher. Get some good top spin on the ball. A little bit of a sidearm. Decent placement, but just rolls foul. That's it's going to be a tricky ball for Leo to make the play on.
Please stop. Please stop.
Good fast field and throw by Leo, but not fast enough as Michael Henderson successfully gets to first base. One down, runner on first.
I thought my boy Leo was going to slide and catch it, like I said, but he thought he had his arm on his play, but safe at 1.
One of the things about Leo is he generally likes to throw the ball rather than catch the ball. So 9 out of 10 times he'll go for the one bounce, pick up and throw to first rather than trying to slide and dive for the catch, particularly this early in the day. So we got one foul. I'm not sure why that was called foul. I don't know if that was a double kick
or was a double kick.
Double kick, okay. Little bunt up the first base side, unexpected. Billy tries for the kick to one, and Austin tries to fire to second, seeing if they can catch Michael Henderson off the bag. They did not. The ball did get by, but fortunately Word's outfield was clever enough to be in there for the backup, so Henderson still held at second. And I believe that was Donnell who bunted on up the first base side. Unexpected placement, but worked to get him successfully to first.
Well, when I said they didn't have no more offense, they proven me wrong.
They have. They have. Angela Mayo takes the first pitch, I believe, for a strike with one down. Here's where you're expecting to look for the bunt up one, just with the intention of moving the runners around. Now he's going for the swing. Aiming for the right side cameraman. Doesn't quite hit him though. So there will be no insurance claims today.
They only looking for, right here, I think they just trying to get the tag up from second to get to 3 and trust the next person up for the kick to bring him in.
Which is good if she can get the ball deep enough. Ooh, left field shot. Jackie comes in, misses the catch. And an outfield, that is Jackie Leonard in left field. Generally a very solid player, just misplays that ball. It shoots through her hands. Now the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Stacy Hobbs is up for Shockwave in a 1-out bases loaded situation. So the question is she going to be swinging, or is she going to try and bunt up 1 to
I'm taking the squeeze.
Taking the squeeze?
Yeah, I'm going up 1.
And again, Shockwave trying to hit the camera over on the right-hand side, catching that ball on the outside of their foot. A lot of shanks on Jeremy Burke's pitches, which are kind of surprising because his pitches are all right, but they're not amazing. There's what we're looking for with the bunt up the right-hand side. Looks like she got a little bit of coaching up. And now she's going and discussing again, and needs 2 coaches now to tell her what to do. Everybody's talking about it. Nobody knows anything different. You know she's aiming for the right-hand side. Anything other than that is just a missed execution. 2 fouls, no balls, 1 out, bases loaded. Stacy Hobbs up to kick, and now everybody's stopping and talking about something. Jeremy decides to not have to deal with whatever she was going to try to do by throwing a garbage ball to the left side of the plate. Counts 1 and 2. Just wide. Word has a lot of disagreement on that one. Looks like several players made the face that says, I think that was a strike.
That was an easy call.
Can we get a replay of that? Yes, please. Thank you.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Bunt up the right-hand side, picked up, tagged for the out. A little bit of discussion. Austin Thompson at first base was looking for the foul call, but it was called fair. He does get the out, gets Stacy on the way to first, but another run does score for Shockwave, which makes the score 4-1, and more importantly, makes Avery wrong with his prediction. 2 outs.
But I was right.
You were right for the first inning. 2 outs, little pop up to the right-hand side. Austin Thompson takes about 2 steps, looks to throw it to home for the out, but briefly forgot that that was the 3rd out. So Shockwave strikes again here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Score is now 4-1. Top of the 3rd coming up. Daniel Mizraki looks like he's going to lead off for Word this inning. And Samir is staying on the mound for Shockwave.
They're going to go with the double charging again. Again, this might be some solid defense right here. I'm thinking 3 up, 3 down.
Miz watches the first strike catch the right-hand side of the plate. Just outside on the left side. Samir wants to know how far out it missed. Seems to be getting some consoling from the ump. I don't know if Samir was sad. I was sad that was a ball. And the ump said, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Just give him a nice friendly hug. That's not an interaction you often see in the game. And Mizraki pops up to pops up to the charger. Carlos Isley easily able to catch that ball. Throws it to first just for good measure. Always good to stay in practice. So I guess it makes sense if all you're doing is catching those little pop-ups. Still want to get some throws in. Next up is Justin Hargrove for Word. With one out here in the top of the third. Lays down the bunt, actually is caught by Dot, the catcher. Holy cow.
Great play by Dot. I think he thinks it's too easy.
Word having a tough time with their bunts today. Not really able to get much happen. And Macy is up now for Word. Tries a bunt, a little bit short, which is not going to be good if that ball stays fair. It was picked up in foul territory. That's why it was a foul. But better placement than the rest of them, and at least kept it on the ground. And does a little pop shot. Isley laying out, trying to make the catch in foul territory. Not quite able to get there. So now we got 2 strikes on Macy Berlin for Word. And pops up a little fly ball to the left-hand side. Easily caught by Bobby Smith. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Shockwave. And we're going into the bottom of the third. And let's see if Shockwave decides to give him some more base runners, some more runs, or if Shockwave decides to take it a little bit easier, catch a break, kick their feet up, and just try to finish out this game with a fairly comfortable lead. 4-1 doesn't seem like that large of a lead, but with Shockwave's defense playing as well as it is right now, they can't be too nervous.
And that offense having fun, so I predict them to put more points up.
All right, all right.
Once again, my boy Dot right here. It's easy on. Easy on.
Well, we'll see what happens because Word is throwing their third pitcher of the game with Brian Benmauer. He's a lefty. And that looks to be about the only change in the field. Infield defense is about the same. Don't know if there's any other shuffling in the outfield, but
there's no need to make that practice throw to one. My guy Dot is on.
well, what if you're bored? What if he just wants to throw the ball around?
Yeah, that's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to be.
Benny's a lefty curveball pitcher. He's got a little bit of that underhand twist. The ball comes in pretty slow, but it's got a lot of twist on it. He can occasionally throw some heat. Let's see if he decides to. And Dot lays it down perfectly. Billy picks it up, turns, and chooses not even, it doesn't even make the throw.
Because my guy Dot is locked in. He is locked in.
So I'm going to make a prediction right here. Okay, Blueprint's going to lay down a nice bunt. They're going to throw the ball to first. Whether or not it's out, I don't know. But Dot's going to try to go 1-3, and I think Austin's going to throw him out.
That's what you predict?
I mean, it'd be something interesting because honestly, the Shockwave offense has gotten a little bit boring against Word's defense. They just keep muscling them around. Benny with a little bit of a different pitch. Throws the ball about 6 feet to the left of the plate. Blueprint does not fall for it and chooses not to swing. Little bunt up the first base side, and boom, thrown out at first. And Dot is held up at second. Good play by Sonic right there from the catcher position. And Michael Posey up with one down here in the bottom of the third.
Do you like this headband look? With all the Ninja Turtle at the back.
I like it better when he's running because it's got a wonderful flow behind. Quick little bunt up to the inside charger. Randall picks it up, fires it to Austin for the out at one. No difficulty right there. With 2 outs, it does bring up Carlos Isley.
It's going to be a good line drive keep right at second base.
People on the sidelines were calling that a one-bounce pitch. I don't know if I'd agree. I don't think I saw a bounce on that pitch. Benny with the underhand floater, trying to confuse Carlos Isley. Little bloop up back to the pitcher, right back to Brian Benmauer. And there we go. So not quite a 1-2-3 inning. A little bit of threat from Shockwave early on, but Word's defense finally settles back in, and maybe they finally found a pitcher that can cause a little bit of difficulty. Looking at the replay, there's Carlos with that little just bloop shot. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't even Austin. That was Macy who was in covering first base while Austin was out in probably right field. So we're going to the top of the fourth. And John Hayes up to kick for Word. And again, no change. Shockwave deciding to stick with their pitcher the entire game so far. Samir Osman on the mound again, whereas we've seen 3 pitchers from Word. First pitch, John Hayes. It's a interesting straight ball. Good second bounce. First bounce looked like it was going to come in a little bit high, but the second bounce dropped in neatly over the plate right in the strike zone. John Hayes decides he doesn't want anybody else to play, so he kicks the ball directly to the first baseman. Who slurps it up and makes an easy play. Jackie Leonard up now for Word. Takes the first strike. Some discussion with the sideline about what's going on. Not quite sure where the confusion is. Ball misses on the right side. And again, we're deciding that no one else on Shockwave should be allowed to play. So again, kicks the ball to the first baseman. I believe that's Charles Hatton, but correct me if I am wrong.
Oh, that's definitely Chuck. That is
okay.
Charles. See, now the pitcher is having fun out there. Samir is out there talking, having a good time, pitching that heat. I call that there macaroni.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Missy Zuckerman now up for Word. There's a little bit of a missed foot on the ball. Takes a foul up the right-hand side.
That's that macaroni. That's a great pitch.
Yeah, and Missy seems a little bit flummoxed and confused by it. She was trying to lay down a bunt on it, but it looks like it missed her entirely. Wonderful bunt up the left side, just foul. That's the kind of placement that you know Word has been trying to get all day. Missy's the only one who can aim it, get it anywhere close to that line. But that is 3 kickers, 3 outs, no base runners threatening, and we're about to go into the bottom of the fourth. And it looks like Chuck Hatton is going to be leading off. And Word is choosing to stick with Brian Benmauer at the mound, considering he is the only pitcher that has not given up a run against this Shockwave squad this game.
It's a good first pitch. Good first pitch over the plate.
Just slurps in. Catches the right side corner.
Of course he read the rules.
Quick discussion over what to do. Almost have to wonder at this point if Chuck might just take a swing at it. They're up 4-1. Word having some difficulty figuring out where they want to place all of their defenders. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Benmauer. And a little pop-up bunt. Leo picks it up, fires it to first, not in time. Looks like some disagreement from some of the folks on Word as to whether or not that was a safe or an out.
Hey.
And here comes Samir. Kicking second this inning for Shockwave. He's got no outs and a runner on first.
Not confused with Stacy's mom.
That Well, the ball was a strike based on where the plate was. I'd almost call that a swinging strike. He had his foot out there. He looks like he was trying to go for it, but just missed it. What do you think, Avery? Is that a swinging strike, or was that just coincidence?
He just had him fooled with that pitch.
Okay, okay.
That's all I see.
Ben
Even he told the pitcher good pitch.
Benmauer looking to try and punish that right side corner, not quite catching it.
And the ref is not giving him the
Ref
back
is
door
not
call.
giving it to him. Benmauer getting a little bit frustrated with it. Lays one in and catches Samir on the inside.
I don't know why this guy is trying to bunt. I don't think he can do it. I will go to what I'm strong at. I think he should kick out.
Just barely fouled, dribbled on the line, but did not come fair in time. Charger Leo slowing the game down a little bit by tying his shoe. Doesn't want that flying off in the middle of a play.
And we got a full count right here. I think he's going to go to what he's strong at. I think he's going to kick out.
And does not. Tries to catch that line again. Fouls out. Holding Chuck Hatton at first. No advancement. 1 out. Cobb now up to kick for Shockwave. Looks like he's lining up for the bunt again. Catches a strike on the outside corner. He also had his foot up, so I'd call that a strike either way. Shockwave sticking with their game plan, even though there's only there's 1 out. They're sticking with the bunt, trying to move runners around. And again, drops a little foul. I think I agree with you at this point, Avery. Why not start taking some swings at the ball? Benmauer finally seems to have settled in, and word has gotten a pitcher that can kind of mess with Shockwave at the plate a little bit. Bunt up the middle, Leo picks it up for the quick fire to 1, gets the out at first, and he's looking and tries to throw the runner out at second after an overturn. Misses again, and again, good on the Word outfield for stepping in for the backup. Those are the kind of plays that can be very, very dangerous. Without that backup, that ball goes deep into the field, and the runner on second goes all the way home. So now we are 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on second. And Lou looks like she's swinging away, seeing if she can get a ball to drop, make something happen. You know if that ball hits the ground that Chuck's probably rounding third and making the play for home, no matter how deep the ball is.
But I don't think she can make it to 1.
I don't think she's getting
Force out at 1. They going for 1.
Or perhaps a pop-up. Nope, there's the pop-up. I called it this time, Avery. Sit down. You don't know what you're talking about with this game. I am the man. You, sir, are not. All right, so we are going into the top of the 5th inning. This is Word's last chance to get back into this game as they are down 4-1 against a pretty solid Shockwave defense. For Shockwave, Samir is on the mound 1 final time. And we've got Carlina Nunez, Karkar, coming up to kick for Word. So at this point, I'm expecting to see, again, the usual sort of standard game out of Word, bunting to try to get on, because at this point, they need base runners. And they can't really make anything funny happen until they get base runners. Karkar pops the ball in a nice little dribbler, comebacker straight up the middle. Carlos Isley swings across, picks it up, fires it to first. Very, very standard play right there, and not what Word needs to get something started to pick up 3 or 4 runs. But we've cycled back around to the top. Leo back up to kick for Word. If we remember, in the first inning, he launched a very long shot to pick up a triple. This go around without a base runner to protect. He fires a shot, well, also up the middle, not as deep as last time, but right into a dead zone. Good enough for a single. Leo on first, bringing Randall Trice up to the plate. Randall watches the first strike go by, seeing if he can get a gauge on what the ball's doing.
If I'm to run at one, I am not being greedy right here.
Oh, no,
I'm just taking one base at a time. Don't call it a comeback.
Randall's got to be hoping for a nice, solid placed ball right down that third base line. Anything else, and he is thrown out at first. He does have speed, but something like, well, first base shot, that's enough to get Randall safely to first. Chuck Hatton caught sleeping a little bit, was not expecting the ball on that side, takes a couple of steps up, picks up the ball, but by the time he gets to it, Randall is already safely at first. That's that speed right there from Randall. And Chuck actually even had a little bit of a mishandle on the ball. So now we got runners on first and second. The tying run is up to the plate with one out. Sergio Guzman up to kick, and this is one of those cases where Sergio is a very clever but also a very weird player. So no idea what he's going to do. He could lay down the bunt up one, or he could take a swing like he did up the third base side, right to Carlos, who picks it up, steps on third base, gets Leo out. That is not going to help Ward's cause.
That was a terrible
trying to get back into this game. I don't know if that was a planned kick. My guess is it was a missed execution.
Anything but that way. I'm not going that way.
And now lefty Brian Benmauer up to kick. First ball goes by one bounce. Samir does not agree with that one bounce call. Benmauer with a long shot up center field, and it is caught for the out. That was the ball they needed to try and bring some people in, but it is not enough. And after 4.5 innings, that will end the game. Shockwave wins 4-1. Not quite the prediction that Avery made of 3-1, but pretty darn close. You know, I'll give you a B. Maybe a B plus, because you made a couple of calls in the field as well that were correct. So I'll give you a B plus for that one. So there it finishes our second featured pool play game at this 2019 Kickball Circuit Cup Championship. Third game coming up in just about 15 minutes. So we will be back when the next game starts.
Great calls out there.
All right, take care.
We just played where they lost to. Yeah.